where do I start? Okay, so it was grade 9. It was grade 9, and then it was like one of those grade 9 like orientation type things, but for some reason it happened like maybe like a few weeks after, but then there was like an announcement of being like, all grade 9s like come to the like gymnasium, blah blah blah, like for some sort of like whatever like bullshit thing. And then so we all go, and then everyone's like all sitting there. It's everyone in grade 9. It's like really fucking scary. We're all there, and then it's like that's all of a sudden it's like, why are we here? Like, what's really going on? And it's like maybe there's like a raffle or something, but that's not happening. It's like this guy like comes out on the stage, and like what the school does at like the stage was like a pull-out stage. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't like a built-in stage. Like, it was like a stage that they pull out, which like looks really like stupid. So they like do that, and then this guy like walks up on the stage, and he's like literally, the best way I can put it, like looks like a milady, but not a milady, but he like has like the top hat and has the blazer and like the striped tie. And then he's like, basically what I can remember is him being like, I'm a magician. And then from in my memory, it happens really fast, and it's him just being like, I'm a magician and I know how to hypnotize people. Who wants to get hypnotized? And like really surprisingly, like almost like the whole grade like raised their hand. And then my friend Latanya was like, you should raise your hand, raise your hand. And then we both like excitedly raised our hands. But then it was like, but then all the teachers got to pick who got to go up on the stage. But they picked up like, honestly, like maybe like 22 students to like go up on the stage. And I was one of them. And I remember when I got picked, like Latanya was like, yeah, like you go girl, like you got it. And I didn't really know what I was like what I was doing. I didn't even want to raise my hand. So everyone goes up, and this guy's like being like very like a magician, very like chaotic or something. And then he like is basically, he's like, I'm gonna like, everyone is gonna see like how I'm gonna like hypnotize everyone, but the first thing I have to do is see who can get hypnotized, because not everyone can be like hypnotized. So he does this like weird like, I don't really remember, so I'm gonna like lie a bit, but like he like does like a clapping thing or some shit like that. But basically no one was hypnotized in my opinion at all, because this guy's just like doing some like bullshit clapping and like bell thing, and then he's like sleep. And so we're all asleep, and he's like, if I tap your shoulder, you're gonna leave the stage. And it takes like 10 minutes, but he's like tapping other people's shoulders. And I was like, fucking dear God, like please tap my shoulder. But he's like not, and it's like I'm waiting, and he's just not. And my eyes are closed because I'm trying to act like I'm hypnotized. And it just doesn't happen. And then he's like, ladies and gentlemen, like these are your like hypnotized like peers. And I was like, oh my God, like I'm not hypnotized at all. This really feels like I'm like at like on like my deathbed or like getting a surgery, and like I'm like, oh my God, I feel everything. So it really feels like that, or something like Jessica Alba's like movie, like when she's like blind. Anyways, like that movie when she's like blind and can't like, and whatever, it's like in someone else's body. And then anyways, whatever. So yeah, I guess that like happened. And then so he's like, everyone, like ladies and gentlemen, like clap for your hypnotized peers or some shit like that. And I'm like, wow, like I cannot believe this is happening. It's like I've never experienced something where I feel like just like this is like absolutely insane. I don't even know how to talk about it now. But like, so then he's like, it starts to get to this like really weird point where this guy like I guess knows that he can do whatever he wants to us, and then he's like, now like everyone, I'm gonna like make them like dance to the Gangnam Style. And then like the song just goes on. It's like, Gangnam Style. And he's like, when I clap my hand 3 times, like, you guys are gonna dance and do the Gangnam Style. And honestly, God bless that I've seen that fucking music video, because I was like, oh my God, I have to do this dance in front of all these people that I don't know. I'm in grade 9. I just started high school, and I'm just gonna fucking do this and like completely embarrass myself, because it would be more embarrassing if I like, I guess, didn't do it. It would be like, that would be worse, and I don't have like the confidence to do that. And so I danced, and I did the whole dance.
And then what happened? Like, did you ever talk to the guys that...
No.
You never talked to anyone else that danced?
No.
So you have no way of...
No, because after we all danced, and it was like clearly embarrassing, but I remember halfway through I was like, there's no way that these guys are hypnotized, because I'm not. He was like, or like whatever, and then he's like, stop, and like claps, and then he's like, you guys have to sit down. I remember sitting down cross-legged, and he was like clap, applaud for like our people, and then he's like, now, like after all you guys been through, you will not smoke cigarettes.
You knew the dance.
Yeah, I knew the dance because I saw the music video.
Well, I've seen the music video.
Yeah, it's like a dance where you're like pretending you're like on a horse or something.
I don't really know the dance, but I've seen the music video.
Yeah, well, regardless, like, that's what fucking happened. And then he was like, then I'm gonna like clap my hands 3 times, you guys are gonna wake up. And I literally pretended like I was like coming out of a dream. Like I just woke up, like I like pretended that like I was like actually hypnotized.
So you're 100% sure you were hypnotized?
No, because I can tell the story.
Right.
I just like was not. I just like knew that I wasn't, and I was like regretful already from the time that I got picked, that I was like, I should have not even raised my hand.
What did your friends say afterwards?
Well, then I like, everyone actually was like, oh my God, how did it feel to be hypnotized? That's so crazy. I can't believe, do you even remember what you did? And I was like, no, I have no idea. Which is like actually fucking, because it felt so embarrassing. It's like, really, girl? Like you just danced the Gangnam Style like in front of everyone willingly? It's like, I guess I did. So I like pretended that like nothing happened, whatever. And then like hours after, I like told my friend Latonya, being like, I was not hypnotized. And I basically told her exactly what I'm just saying now.
Did she believe you?
She fucking laughed so hard and made me feel like such a piece of shit because of it. Because it is funny if you like realize that your friend actually was just like forced to do that. It's crazy. Yeah, but it's like weird that everyone thought that we were actually hypnotized, because I don't think like these boys were. I think this guy like just picked like the like most like useless people or something.
Do you remember who the boys were?
No.
Not even one?
No. I don't remember.
Do you remember a boy's name that went to your high school?
Maybe this guy named Hassan, but I don't really know.
No, but just like any boy's name that went to your high school.
Yeah, I can think of one.
Like,
but not the ones who were hypnotized.
We'll say a few of their names.
Like Greg. And like Belzy. Alan Bennett. That guy was really into like City and Color, to the point where he got like these like those little birds on his chest, and actually when he first got it, walked down the halls and like went like this, like bursted out his like fucking like red flannel shirt. It was like, look what I got, Belzy. And everyone was literally like in such awe, and I was like, this is so fucking gay, because I work at HMV and like I already see that shit every day.
You can't say gay.
Or whatever, it's like mediocre.
Mediocre.
Oh my god, there's this boy, he was like really straight and like had anal sex with a lot of girls, but he was definitely gay. And like this guy's like fucking a lot of girls anally, but like he's obviously also really gay, so it's really funny.
Thank you for listening.
My name is Jameson Isaac, and I've been making music as Teen Daze since 2010. And I live in a small town outside of Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, with my wife and our son and our cat.
Would I have heard of the town? Or is it really small?
It's called it's called Chilliwack. So it's kind of like the last town that you hit when you're driving east outside of Vancouver. It's the last town that you hit before you get into the mountains.
But it's not. Is it on the islands or no?
Nope. It's
Okay,
It's on the mainland. It's it's a small town, maybe like in comparison, relatively speaking. There's like 100,000 people that live here now, but it still feels like a small town in its I don't know, general way of thinking. And there's still kind of like, well, there's like one of everything, There's like a cool coffee shop. There's like one good Mexican place. I don't know, one movie theater.
Sounds nice.
Just your class. Yeah, it's one of the perks is definitely that we're really close to nature, and so it's short bike ride to this like 22-kilometer river trail next to our place.
Awesome.
And you can get really deep into some serious wilderness in a pretty short amount of time.
If only I was more into nature.
And it's certainly for a certain type of person. I'm able to trade living walking distance to like great restaurants and culture and stuff like that for enjoying being out in forests and lakes and all that sort of stuff.
Did you grow up there?
Yeah, I actually did, which you can probably hear the surprise in my voice in that I wasn't expecting to end up here.
Yeah.
Not that I think we're necessarily like planted super firm roots here or anything, but yeah, I grew up and lived here for about I think we left when I was like 12 or 13 years old and moved to a much smaller town outside of Brandon, Manitoba. Like really super far out there.
That doesn't sound as good.
No, it was, imagine being 13 years old and sort of uprooting your life to go to a town of 1,500 people, where I kind of cracked a joke about there being no culture here, but the difference was pretty stark,
Yeah. I kind of always ask this when someone's from BC, but have you heard of this place called Chilliwack? It's on the islands near Nanaimo.
I was going to say it sounds familiar. Why is that a place of note for you?
I took a trip. Well, I went out to BC twice, and then one time I kind of spent like a week and a half like on the island there. And went to like Nanaimo and Tofino, etc. But then we went to this very, very small town called Chilliwack. And
okay.
It's kind of like it's not like dissimilar from any other small town over there, but like they have this weird like, I guess like government funded like mural thing going on. Like the entire place is filled with murals, which seemed like, I don't know, just memorable to me. And then for whatever reason the name Chilliwack really just stuck with me, and so that's pretty much it actually. Just a weird.
I'm
little
looking at
town.
photos right now. Yeah, I'm just looking at photos on Google Maps, and it looks beautiful. It does. There's something about the headspace or mentality of those types of like small island towns.
Yeah.
That something like that, like putting murals all over your town. It feels like there's something about being, I don't know if it's being close to water or being on the island. There's some sort of like, there's just something about the mentality of the people that live there that opens themselves up to those types of, like here, it's more country feeling where there's this general sense of like the arts or culture, not something that's a super high priority for people.
Yeah.
But on the island, it feels different. And I've experienced that in other places too. Like there's a town south of, you kind of cut towards the water when you're going from Vancouver to Seattle. It's called Anacortes. It's where Phil Elverum, Mount Erie, sort of like is from and writes a lot of music about growing up there, writes a lot of music about being from there and stuff like that. Anyways, it's also like a ferry town, like a coastal. You can take a ferry from Victoria to Anacortes. Super small town, maybe like 20 or 30,000 people, but so much culture. There's like an amazing record store there. That similar sort of thing that you're talking about with these, like, I could see them, they're just being like a section of their downtown that's covered in murals. And I don't know what it is. There's something about being close to the ocean, I guess.
I think what was like off about it was that like it seemed like the people that lived there like not only didn't care for the murals, but like almost maybe didn't notice that they were there or something, even though it's like really hard to miss. And then I guess the other reason I like remember it was because I was only there for a night or two, but like I was walking like on these deserted streets, like not even that late, like 8 o'clock, but then there was like clearly like these two dudes in a red pickup truck that were like following me around, and there was like no one else in sight. So it was just kind of like, am I about to die in Chemainus? Like, that's kind of how it felt. And I think that's like most of the reason terrifying. I remember it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, small towns, there's so much of what you're saying like resonates deeply with me as a person who growing up in those places and being someone that was like, you know, not a jock or like, you know, I like wasn't the guy in the red pickup truck like cruising with my buds like looking for trouble on weekends or whatever. Yeah, like clearly there's nothing else to do there. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. And so I've always kind of lived in smaller towns or smaller cities. I never had a stint of like living in Vancouver, or never did the like go to Montreal thing or the go to Berlin thing, or, you know. So yeah, I have memories of, I ended up, when I finished high school in Manitoba, I went to college in Saskatchewan for 2 years. And I have memories of walking around Regina, just like going to a movie on a weekend or something and having that experience happen where like dudes in pickup trucks, like driving past me and my friends and being like, I don't know, like, hey, emos or something like that, whatever. It's like 2005 or something like that. And so, yeah, like kind of, there's always that kind of battle that goes on. And it's even like an internal thing for me. Like I love the aspects of living in these small places, but there's, you know, I never fully connect with it. There's always some sort of distance that goes on there. Chilliwack kind of sounds like familiar suddenly. Was there like some kind of, I'm probably mixing it up, but was there some like devastating event that happened there at some point? Yeah, last year, was this last year? There was a flood in between Chilliwack and Abbotsford that happened. That like completely shut down everything here. Like the highway was underwater. Oh. It was wild. Your house was okay? Thankfully, I was actually, in preparation for this, I was going through my camera roll and it saw photos from it. And it was like a photo from the news where, you know, like I said, highways underwater. It's just like, it's so surreal to see, right?
Yeah.
And then there's a photo out of our front window and it's like sunny and everything is completely dry in our area. Because I think people from like friends from around the country were like, are you guys all right? Like, what are things looking like? And that's the photo I would send.
Cool.
Yeah.
Only other thing I was going to ask you is, when did you start making music?
I started writing music. I played in an emo band with those friends that I was in college with. And we did that band for like 2 years. And it was kind of in that time that I went from like playing guitar and drums and like learning Rage Against the Machine songs, or like, you know, like downloading tabs, that kind of like high school guitar playing, to writing things myself and then writing songs on my own too. So that was kind of that time that I would have started changing that mindset of like, oh, maybe I can actually just do this myself instead of learning other people's stuff. And it was also around that time that a friend of mine in the dorms, my first year, was like, hey, I just like downloaded this software off the Pirate Bay called Reason. Do you want to try it?
Yeah.
I was like,
Oreos was using these kinds of things for years. The chemical brothers still use these things in their lectures, and they have been for years. The way that they utilize the way that the things that they do.
it sounded interesting and I liked electronic music, and again was sort of in that space of like, oh, maybe I could try. I like had that confidence of going from, well, I could never do that, to like, oh yeah, like maybe I'll give it a shot. And that would have been 2003 probably. And I just like went wild. Those 2 years at college, I made so much music on Reason. All just like horrible. Or I would assume, you know, I'm like looking back on it.
Do you still have the files?
I don't think so. I would guess that they're all, yeah, they've got to be long gone, because they would have all stayed on the computer that I would have used to make them, and I have no idea where that computer would be now.
They're all on that same flash drive where the Bitcoin is from 2010.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, what's so funny about it is like, I don't even have, there's not even like exports. There's no MP3s or waves. Like all of that music just exists in sort of this like, in my memory. But I made so many like full albums that no one would listen to. I can't even think. I guess maybe there would be like MySpace and PureVolume would have existed at that time.
But
that was so limited.
PureVolume. That's kind of like a precursor to SoundCloud or something.
Yeah, actually, that's a good way of phrasing it. It was like I remember it was like the place to find, emo and hardcore music was all getting posted there. But yeah, I kind of like was making music and putting it on these sites, but nothing was really clicking for, years and years and years. It was all happening while I was in school. That was the thing. It was always kind of just a way to procrastinate, essentially.
Was it like electronic, or were you making like punk music then?
Once that band ended in probably like 2005 or 2006, maybe. And then after that, I was like, oh, maybe this is my chance to like just focus on making electronic music. And yeah, the music that I was making was like kind of somewhere in between, like, I guess like post-rock music, because I loved like the Album Leaf and CiRCA. When I think about it now, the last record that I had made before I started doing Teen Daze stuff was way more like blog house, trying to do dance music, but with like really limited software and no technical know-how or ability. Like I didn't know how to mix music. It was all just like, you know, throwing paint at a canvas and hoping that something sounded good enough that if I put it out, maybe someone would like it. I always really like doing remixes because working with other people's stems always just sounded so much better. Because I was doing everything in the box. It was all just in Reason. I didn't graduate till using Ableton or Logic until like even several years into doing Teen Daze. So yeah, it was funny. I was always making electronic music, but it was only kind of the last project that I did before I started Teen Daze that was like dance music, essentially.
It's kind of like my trajectory too, was like making remixes and like thinking I was really good at it in like 2009, 2010. And then like at a certain point being like, all right, like let's take this to the next level. I'm going to like try to make some original music. And then like very quickly realizing that like I have no place doing that. Like just not working at all because I don't like I played the drums forever, but then like, which made sense for the remixes because like everything's done for me, and then I'm kind of like blasting it out a bit, and it kind of worked even though I'm like not mixing anything right. Like it's like even what I sent you before is like blowing up the speakers when I listen to it. And I'm like, how did I even get like whatever? I was like, I don't know what I was doing, basically.
Yeah. And you know what? There's something so incredible about like the confidence that comes along with, I guess, just like being young too, and being like, because that was fully how Teen Daze started. I was making all this music that I was trying very hard to have it be something, because I was like getting to the end of my degree and I was like, I don't really know what I want to do after college, but I love making music and I love making music at home. Like, is there some project that I could do that will sort of click things in and could provide a career for me? But of course, you know, there's no surefire way to do any of that. Mm-hmm. And I think what happened is as soon as I kind of let go of that way of thinking and was like, I'm going to make a record that I'm just not going to care. I'm going to do things that don't make sense. Like on the first Teen Daze record, there's a song where right in the middle of it, a key change happens and it wasn't a thought out musical, like, oh, I'm going to modulate down at this point. It was literally just that the sample in Reason on the keyboard, when I went to move it over for this second half of the song, I accidentally dropped it down and it was just like, oh, that sounds cool. You know, like a thing now that I'm just like, there's still happy accidents that happen in the process, but like,
I was gonna say I still like that sort of thing as long as it's not like extremely abrupt or like sounds bad, I guess.
Yeah. And I guess that's time too, right? You develop your own sort of taste and I guess some objective knowledge of like you can only push that so far. Yeah, I guess I'm trying to say. But it's funny to go back and look at like sessions for earlier records and see I would have like a chain. This is getting like so deep in the like production weeds. I hope
I'm done.
I hope it's okay. Okay, cool. I would look at on a track, I would have this line of effects and like none of them made any sense, but I would just put them on because I thought that's what you had to do. So like there would be a compression that the audio wouldn't actually be hitting the compressor. It was doing nothing, but I'm just like, there has to be a compressor on it. There would be delay on vocals that were not in sync, and the actual delay was louder than the vocal track. It was just like a total mess. But it was this time and place, and maybe you felt this too doing the remixes at that time, where it felt like there was this it was just like a free-for-all. If you did something that was somewhat cool for people, it was like so many people were hungry for like maybe like new, unknown, bubbling up sort of producers that there's like a platform for that.
Yeah.
And that was totally the on-ramp for me into like doing music as a career, which is still like wild to me to think that there were blogs that I could post this, or I could send this relatively like lo-fi track to, and they would be like, this sounds cool, I'll post it. And everyone was just looking at those sites, and then next thing you know, the more mainstream sites are looking at it, and 11 years later I'm here talking to you.
Yeah, it was pretty bizarre. I mean, like, I got into this having no clue what I'm doing at all. I think my like drum teacher introduced me to Fruity Loops, and then I messed around on there for a bit. I was making Daft Punk covers on there, and then and then I met these like two dudes who lived in my hometown who were like rich kids essentially, who were all about using Logic. And I was like, come on, teach me. Like, they were making remixes, and I went over, and like, if you hear these remixes now, it's like, well, I don't know what in my head made me want to learn from them, but yeah, they were like, this is all you got to do, man. And like, whatever, like in 5 minutes, me and them made a remix, put both our names on it, and like within a day, it's like has like 20,000 listens or whatever. I'm like, okay, so easy enough. And then like within a week, I was doing like the most like embarrassing shit ever at first though. I was making mashups and then sending them to like any blog email I could find. And they're like, this fucking rules, like posting it. It's getting really popular. And then I'm like, okay, I'll buy a micro Korg, and then doing that, and somehow that's working too. Like, they're like, this is sick. And then eventually, of course, it's like, this isn't sick anymore.
It's so, man, what a crazy time, truly.
Yeah.
And you had mentioned too, like when we first started chatting about how like the hype machine, right?
Yeah.
You just had these platforms that were like so open. It's just changed so much. And I'm not going to like old man yelling at clouds over here. Like, I don't think that one is necessarily better than the other, but there is something very sweet and innocent about that exact story of like being like, I mean, how many established, what we would look at now as like, that's like an established DJ or electronic artist probably got their start in the same way, right?
Yeah.
Of like, and then just pivoted at the right time or like whatever the situation was, that they got a manager that said like, okay, that's all fine and good, but like, here, this is a path for you to take that, will have you whatever headlining festival stages. Well, I mean,
there's still a lot of
that.
Like, from my memory of like going on Hype Machine as like my homepage of like people I'm discovering then that like very well are still going today, and like I've just gotten way better as producers and
totally
know what they're doing, like yourself and like a bunch of other people. But then there's like, when you compare that to the amount of people that where it's like whatever Toro Moi remix by like, I can't think of a fake name, but
right. I
Yeah.
know what you mean. Those, the kind of bootleg, more SoundCloud sort of thing. Yeah. There has to be still like forums for those types of things, right?
Like, people are probably still doing this.
I'll never forget finding that first washed out EP, and being like, a 24-year-old, probably too old to still be in college, but like just wrapping up my degree, hearing it and hearing like, oh, he's making really good, catchy music. It's not really dance music, and it doesn't sound super like blown out in the way that a lot of the Bloghouse stuff from those couple of years before were sounding.
Yeah.
It was so inspiring for someone that was making music that was not super hi-fi, that was trying to. I was trying to make music that sounded really good. And then I heard that, and it kind of gave me this access or this confidence of like, just make the thing in the way that you're going to make it with, warts and all, with reason sounding like it's coming out of a, old laptop.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think there are definitely pros to that type of space, to having the space to do that sort of thing. But
I gotta send you my washed out remix. You're gonna lose your mind.
Please do. I would love to hear it.
The photo. What do you think?
The photo. Okay, I found a good one. So, okay, what I really like about this, the premise of the show, and kind of just where we're at in general. Sorry, I'm just pulling it up right now.
No worries.
I'll send it to you over DM.
Sweet.
Yes. So what I like about it is I feel like every time I pull up Instagram now, it's mostly just photos of bad design. Or maybe not bad, but kind of like, do you know what I mean? Like, people's photo dumps are a little bit more like, hey, look at this banner for this funny restaurant or something like that.
100%.
And there's something about that I would so much rather see in my day-to-day, because I just love that sort of stuff in general. But this is a albeit blurry photo that I took the other day. Well, not the other day. It was earlier this summer.
Okay.
It is a drive-through box, like talk box,
okay,
at a Dairy Queen.
Nice.
And underneath one of the speakers is a laminated photo that looks like it's been taped to the box. This is not from Dairy Queen headquarters. This is a local, someone at the establishment decided this is something I'm going to put up. So there's a DQ logo up at the top, and then it says #1 cakes, and then too many spaces underneath, and then 4, and then underneath that, so #1 cakes, space, 4, and then underneath #1 dads.
What do you mean 4? Oh,
like the word.
F-O-R.
So it's like
okay.
#1 cakes for #1 dads.
Okay.
Now, context, this was on Father's Day.
Okay.
Presumably, they wanted to just shout out the dads that were coming through the drive-thru.
Sell some cakes.
They did sell some cakes, even though there's no sale or promotion that seems to be happening.
Okay.
It's just a printed off piece of paper that says #1 cakes for #1 dads.
That's all it says.
That's all it says.
There's no they're not saying a specific type of cake.
No.
Okay.
Just cakes. Just #1 cakes. It looks like there's also some sort of logo on it as well, or a circular stamp or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Some different artifact on it.
The writing is
#1
in black?
cakes for #1 dads. Yeah, it's printed off. It's like
eight
very
by
very
11,
generic.
8.
Yep.
And
Very generic, clean font.
Okay. So, you being a father, I feel like I know the answer, but did you buy a cake?
I did not buy a cake.
Have you had a Dairy Queen cake?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, okay. Those are...
the sign didn't work on me.
Right. I think those are my favorite, cakes, birthday-wise.
Oh, yeah.
They're really, really fucking good.
When you get, there's, the cookie crumble.
Yeah.
With the chocolate ice cream, and then a little bit of...
there's the fudge.
That kind of like chocolate
it's
fudge.
It's the cookie crumble and the fudge, yeah.
It's delicious.
Is there any, in this photo, is it strictly... Are we zoomed into the piece of paper, or can we see a little bit of what else is going on the screen, or the booth thing?
So you can see the kind of solarium of the restaurant. in the background, and you see the stand for the ordering talk box thing surrounded by a little bit of shrubbery. And then in the top right, you can see kind of the board, the menu with all the menu items. But it's where all the light is coming from.
Well, so you can't actually see what the menu items are?
No.
Oh, shit.
All you can see is number one cakes for number one dads. That's the most prevalent.
Do you remember
focus?
What were you there alone?
Yeah, I took it from my car. I would have been listening to music beforehand, so my phone was plugged in, and I remember seeing it and being like, I have to take a photo of that immediately because it's so absurd. But also there must have been someone behind me in line at the drive-thru, because the photo is so blurry that I remember kind of being I felt the pressure of someone really wanting to order behind me and taking the picture, and I don't think I even looked to see if it was good or not. I just assumed.
Yeah.
So I took it from the car, picking up a few blizzards before heading home.
Both for yourself or?
No, one for me and one for my wife.
What's your blizzard?
A little Father's Day treat.
What's your?
What's my blizzard of choice?
Yeah.
Great question. I would say I go for.
Actually, I kind of want to guess.
Yeah. Okay.
But I'm gonna quickly. I gotta see what the options are.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see.
Do you want any sort of hint or guess?
Yes, a hint would be nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is a combination of two blizzard types, or
so it's like off menu ish. It's like you can do that. You can mix blizzards.
You can mix blizzards.
I did not know that. Okay, so assuming that the this is like standardized across. Holy shit! I've never even seen this before. They got some kind of blizzard with like a core of brownie in the middle.
Ooh.
Ever seen that?
That sounds good. I haven't.
Okay, so I'm gonna guess Oreo is one of them.
That's correct.
Okay.
Very good guess.
And let me just get another look at you. All right. Oreo. Oh, fuck me.
Don't overthink it.
Turtles with pecans.
Incorrect.
Reese's.
Reese's is correct.
Fuck, okay.
A Reese's and Oreo. So a little peanut butter Oreo blizzard.
I don't have a favorite one, but would you like to guess my mom's favorite? Because I know the answer to that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just standard go-to.
Oh, maybe I'm mixing this up with their favorite ice cream flavor, but you can guess that if you want, because I don't see it here.
Okay, so going off of what my mom usually asks for if I'm picking up an ice cream treat on the way over, I'm going to guess it is a strawberry cheesecake.
No. Try one more time.
Is it fruit?
It's not fruit.
Is it fruit related?
Nah. It's like...
Okay, let me think.
It's like, the hint I'll give is like, I feel like this almost is like a misleading hint, but something tells me that it has like more calories than other ice creams. But that might be misleading. And that might not even be true. I have a feeling.
Is it... Okay, it's not fruit related. My guess off of that, if it was fruit related, would be like a banana cream pie.
It's a good guess.
I feel like they throw the banana in there. You think, it's fruit.
She hates fruit.
Oh.
She hates pretty much everything.
Oh.
So.
Well, fruit's in there then.
Yeah. Okay, it's pralines.
Did she guess water? Pralines and cream.
Pralines and
okay.
cream.
Yeah.
And then
I wouldn't have guessed that.
Yeah, it's kind of random. But okay, and then the last thing that we need to cover here is the other blizzard was for your kid or your wife?
My wife. Yeah.
And then now I'm going to guess her blizzard. And that one I'm guessing is not mixed.
It is mixed.
Fucking hell. Okay. Strawberry cheesecake. Or strawberry. Whatever.
Nope.
Fuck. Okay. Well, can you tell me a hint about her? Maybe something about her?
Sure. She... yeah, what could I tell you about her? She is a hairstylist.
Okay.
And
that helps.
She has an affinity for mid 2000s emo music.
Okay, that's a good hint, actually.
She grew up in the province of Ontario.
Okay. Oh man, I have a guess, but it seems too fucked up. Smarties?
Oh,
No,
definitely not.
Okay.
I don't know anyone that gets a smart. Nobody's getting a Smarties.
I don't know. Okay, I'll try one more time. How about I feel like she doesn't like. I feel like is she not that big on blizzards in general, or she is a fan?
I would say she is a fan, but I'm probably a bigger fan than she is.
Damn, it's making me want a blizzard. This always happens. I was talking to this guy for this podcast the other day, and we talked about cookies for like 45 minutes. And then I've been eating cookies a lot. I made cookies yesterday. Like,
oh, nice.
I'm definitely going to a Dairy Queen after this. But okay, last guess, whatever.
Hell yeah.
I mean, fuck, I can't get it. Chocolate brownie?
No.
All right, what is it?
All right, you ready for this?
Yeah.
It is Oreo mixed with
Mint
Reese.
Oh, wait, wasn't that
we
yours?
get the same.
Oh, fuck.
Yep, we get the same blizzard.
Meant to be together.
You know, it was all her. She came up with the concept. I tried it once and was like, this is a perfect blizzard.
I don't know if this is like crossing the line, and if it is, then I'll cut it out. But may I ask how the two of you met?
We met at a college orientation barbecue.
That's nice.
Yeah. I had just gotten off of the last 2 weeks of summer before the school year started. I was on tour and I was like very gross. Like I had really long hair and just probably smelled like cigarettes. And when I had heard, oh, there's like a free barbecue or there's free hot dogs on campus. I was like, that
you were
sounds
like
good.
19 at the time, or?
No, I was a little older it was my last year of school.
Okay.
So I would have been 23, I think, because I took a couple years off in between.
Is she the same age?
No, she's younger.
Okay. How
So
much younger?
She's 4 years younger than I am.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, she came through with a friend of hers, and her friend's boyfriend is someone that I knew and had sort of gone to school with years earlier. And so he was like, oh, Jameson. And when they introduced us, and the rest is history.
I like it.
Here we are.
I'm having a memory. Sorry.
But man, to go back to your pants journey, I do think it's like so funny how many people have that exact same story of like, yeah, I got skinny jeans and then suddenly I'm like, you know, listening to Justice or whatever
Yeah.
sort of like alternative.
That's funny. I want to meet these people because I don't know, like I know like at the time I was in high school when I was getting into this, but like no one from my high school was into this at all. But then like I know now, meeting people that are a few years older than me that were already like living in Toronto at the time and like going out that were like clearly wearing skinny jeans But then I just never like had that satisfaction at the time of like no one was telling me this is cool, and it's
Yeah,
like
right.
and it's hard now looking back to be like that was cool, and because maybe it even wasn't. I have no idea. It probably wasn't, but like
Right. How does that happen?
how did the skinny
Like-
jeans happen?
Yeah, I mean, like because it would have been the same. Like, was it like seeing things in magazines, or were you seeing stuff online? Like,
It's a good question.
who was marketing to us at that point in our life that was like, this is the thing that you need to get?
Yeah. Like,
in order
how did that
you know-
land on me in high school? Like in my wasteland of no one else doing it. That I don't really know, actually. Something to like write a Substack about, I guess.
Yeah. the skinny jeans cultural wavelengths making its way all the way out here.
Maybe it had something to do with like, because I remember my brother who's older, he like there was some piece of clothing that he really wanted from Urban Outfitters, and I can't even remember what it was, but we would make trips out there to Urban Outfitters, and then like probably like something like infected my brain on one of those trips.
Yeah, right.
It's got to be that.
Man. Were you going to shows at all? Like, were you
When I was in like grade 12, like my brother took me to a Justice concert in Toronto.
Oh, amazing.
And then the first time and then after that, I like convinced my friends at the time to go to see the band Mickey Snow. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
And that was the first concert I ever went to, that and the Justice one. And then I like but no one else yeah, everyone had a really bad time. I remember one of my friends had pink eye, and it was like but then also I didn't think it was that cool either. Like I was like, I like listening to them on my iPod or whatever, but then like getting there is kind of like,
right.
this kind of sucks.
Yeah.
But,
well, and where would that show have been in Toronto? Like there must have been
the Phoenix Concert Theater, if you know the one.
I don't. It sounds familiar, but that must be like a 1,000 capacity room for a band like that.
Yeah, probably something like that. Maybe the slightest bit more. I'm trying to think of someone else like that. I remember like with the first when like Odd Future came out, they played their first show in Toronto there.
Okay, yeah.
And then that Justice one was at CiRCA. I don't know if you know what that is.
No,
it's like a now closed nightclub that was like, in my head at least, having never been to a nightclub at the time, it's like places like this need to still exist. It was perfect. There was like, you could like walk on these like weird metal stairs and railways and that sort of thing that you see in movies that like somehow,
right.
I don't know if it happens in other cities, but like I don't see that here. It's always just like a blank room on ground level.
Yeah, totally. Which is a bummer.
Yeah.
Because you're right. There is this kind of idealized club design from, like you said, watching TV or movies that you want to be in.
It's never
that. Just feels like it would be fun, and it's very, very rarely is it actually like that.
Yeah. We've hit 62 minutes.
Whoa.